Hi, this is Attila16 and this is a video replay of Wargame European Escalation. And in this case I'm playing the Pact, and let's see, this is my army and this is my ally army. I did not know the guy, and there's NATO over there, but let's see what kind of troops we have. So let's start here. So I have some BRDM which are equipped with anti-tank missile, a command vehicle here. Here you can see a BMP 1D, I think. Yeah, that's a 1D. Particularly, well, what's interesting about this BMP is that it has a grenade launcher, and that's really good to suppress the enemy as well, to destroy it. And in there's also some infantry, which I believe are pretty cheap. But what's important here is that with those BMP, it's really good against all kind of enemy. Well, here you have some more anti-tank BRDM with missile launcher. Here you have my favorite Kamaz anti-air truck. Here you have some Zalo, which are a fast-moving vehicle with cannon. It's pretty effective. Here you have some infrared Strela, I believe. Well, the scientific name for that is 9K33 OSA AKM. And here you have some experimental BMP 685. And in front of it you have a command vehicle which is a BMP, so it's able to defend itself. Well, on the left side you have my ally, which apparently only spawned some Tunguska. Is that really the case? Okay, that's just weird. So that was my ally, just a couple of Tunguska. Let's see on this side what's going on here. Now you have a command vehicle here, Roland, anti-air, medium range missile. Here you have a Scorpion, that's a recon vehicle. Kinda good at different things, because it has a cannon. Some more Roland, anti-air, some Valorize tank, so it's a French main battle tank. Here you have some VAB with Milan infantry, very likely. Some more Roland here. Some anti-air infantry in those APCs. Here you have some, is it Milan? Okay, yeah. It's an AMX 10P Milan, so it's a troop transport which has Milan missiles. Well, here you have some more APC containing these are probably Dragon anti-tank missiles. Here you have some UE, which are transporting Delta Force, and some Lynx, which are transporting probably the British equivalent to Delta Force, some Blackhawks. So the guy on the right side, he's really mobile. He also has Chinook to resupply his troops. Well, this guy here relies mostly on missiles, so let's see what happened from that. I will slow down the time a little. Okay, so I'm going on the right side as well as into the center. Now the central position is really important in this map because it's 5 points, so if you hold the center you get a lot of points. Well, on that side here my ally has to face a bunch of chopper with Delta Force, so it will be very hard to chase those out. And in my part here, apparently there's not much action going on yet. So the beginning of the action starts really in that area, where you have a couple of troops which are landed here. But fortunately, my ally brought some T80U, which are a very strong tank. And that's probably why you had that many Tunguska earlier. It's because you want to protect those T80U against everything. At the same time, okay, Tunguska. Okay, he has some Tunguska which are shooting the Blackhawks, which were flanking around, and they were shut down, which was very fortunate. The Tunguska is a very nice anti-air vehicle, but it's so inaccurate. It's crazy. I can see here that the T-80 are firing on Leopard 2 tank from afar and actually destroyed 2 of them from very far. While here with one of my chopper that was doing some recon work, I got honed by Bradley. In exchange, the T-80 did manage to destroy the Bradley. And I'm sending, or my ally is actually sending some troops into the forest here to retake it. But the problem is that you have SAS, which I think you have anti-air. Yeah, SAS have anti-air weapons. And here you have Delta Force, which are really good against other infantry as well. So most of the action is actually happening on our side of the river. And while that happened, there's not much going on the other side. Although the enemy seem to have decided to go across here with their Valorize. And I only had my 2 units there to put a front of a defense. But you can see here that my BMP-1D are actually firing super far and onto the enemy vehicle. While here I'm actually advancing with the anti-tank vehicle, but it's getting destroyed because of the amount of enemy fire. While here my BMP are bombarding the Milan infantry right there. And with the grenades, they will likely kill them from afar. The BMP-1D is really strong for that. It's good at destroying the enemy infantry or panicking them. It can even destroy tank. Well, the mistake I probably did here is that I had the BMP-1D, which were really effective, but inside the forest I only had rifle squad infantry, which was not as effective. Oh, but here I'm reacting to his offensive with a bunch of Zalo vehicle, which are actually light vehicle, but very effective nonetheless in terms of accuracy, I think. So they won't do much damage individually, but since they are accurate, they can actually defeat tank if you use them in large number. So they did manage to take care of a few tank. While here I still have a BMP. Oh yeah, I have a cavalry tank prototype of BMP, which is firing in the flank of those tanks. So the fact that I'm dividing their attention is strong, well, largely reducing the effectiveness of those Valorize, which are, by the way, a fairly expensive tank. Okay, now let's see what's going on that side. My ally managed to hold that area at the crossing, so that prevent further reinforcements from that zone. At the same time, it seems that there's no command vehicle here, so the enemy can no longer call reinforcements. So we have this zone under control, even though there are still a few enemies in there, but it seems, for example, that the Chaparral are out of ammo. The two still have a few rounds, but they are largely useless from now on. And we did manage to secure most of the thing. While here we have a Delta Force, which were neutralized nearly down there in their Blackhawk. And here I'm actually advancing a little against the enemy, but the problem I have here is that these are actually Milan infantry. And even though my Zalo have a good rate of fire, Milan infantry are still rather deadly. So But the good news though is that the Milan infantry is out of ammo, and that infantry is actually expensive, so by killing them it's a great thing for me. Now the thing is that most of the fight happened on our side, but as a result of all that fight, we have a lead in terms of damage inflicted to the enemy. So that's very nice. That means that we will win likely because of the points. Well, here you have a small offense made by my ally. See a few infantry, but I don't think they'll manage to push the riflemen out. We'll see. At the same time, there doesn't seem to be much action elsewhere. Oh, there we go, some action. So you can see that the Russian infantry did manage to encircle the enemy riflemen and wipe them out. It was a smart move. Okay, what else? There seems to be some action over here. Okay, so these are actually a T-62 V, which have missile, and they are currently firing on a few targets on the other side of the bridge. That's why missiles are really useful in this game. They have a very long range. Oh yeah, and you also have the T-80 right here. You have a recon chopper here. Now the enemy are attacking us in the back. But let's speed it up. I don't think there's much interesting stuff happening. The thing is that they are moving here to destroy our command vehicle, but even if they did destroy the command vehicle, first of all, it will not change anything at that point. And secondly, we can bring reinforcements from elsewhere, so it's not a problem. Now my ally decided to bring a chopper, but he was very bad about it. He brought the chopper and let it get shut down. While here, he's bringing infantry without unloading them yet. So the Delta Force is actually defeating his attack. But yeah, that was pretty bad. I guess my ally was likely busy elsewhere. So there's only a few Chaparral remaining here. They're dead. And at the same time, when you look at what's on the enemy side, there's not much defender around. There's only the right side which is defended, and even there it might be possible to break through. But here we're just too busy with the Delta Force, and they did the mistake there. They went out, and now you have an Havoc which is finishing them off. And the enemy decided to come across the bridge apparently. But the main problem they had here is that I had an Havoc, an Mi-28 intercepting them, and that chopper is extremely powerful. Doesn't have that many rockets though. So against infantry it might not be the best weapon of them all. But the thing is that it's so accurate that when it fires on something it's effective. Well, here we have a few T-64, mine as well, which are shooting down the enemy infantry. Yeah, the enemy actually came in force here. They landed infantry, but the thing is that they came way too late. There's not much they can do with that. They are trying to attack me on the back. But it was too late. So that was it. It's another successful battle, and as you can see it was fairly equal in terms of skill. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one if you like it.